What up, y'all? We back. Legal Money League. We in week 11, but we're doing week 10 recap. And we are we are in the second half of the season, and there's still there's still a few weeks to be played, and there's still some races going on all around the board. So all these games mean something right now. Believe that. The trial run is over. There is no more figuring out, see who can do what as far as, different guys on your team. Right now, like if you're pushing for a playoff push or division race, now is the time to just lock and load with what you know, with an occasional surprise here and there. But we are in the trenches right now. We're in week 11, and we are in the trenches going to week 12. I believe by tomorrow. So we here. So now is the time. Whatever you know, go ahead and make it happen. But week 10 recap. We had the Panthers over the Bears, 38-20. Bears got one of them rosters to where is that, you see what you like on there for the first season. You build on that, but you can't wait for the offseason to get here to add. 'Cause the Bears got 2 firsts, if I'm not mistaken. So the offseason is very important for a team like the Bears, but it's also important to build on guys that you already have on the team that you like, right? Because you can't get 50 new guys after the end of one season. So the goal is to build what you have and add on to what you need. Oh yeah, let me say this too real quick. To you guys that reach out to me about force wins and stuff, right? I don't have no, that's fine. But you also got to remember to reach out to Bat because, as y'all know, for months now, Bat has been hands-on more than I. So I'm not saying to only hit BAP up as far as if you're supposed to get a force set. But if you reaching out to me, if you sending me a DM, you definitely should be sending BAP a DM right after that. Or even first. You could send BAP a DM first and then me. Because honestly, there might be a time, well, I ain't gonna say there might be. There's been times that you guys will hit me up in the DM and send me a message, and I might not have got it to back in time for him to even set the win. So just it'll help out tremendously if you could reach out to BAP as well. Not only myself. I don't know if you have been, but I'm just saying in case you haven't, don't just reach out to me. Reach out to BAP as well so I can relay the message. Like I said again, BAP been way more hands on than me. So reach out to BAP. That's very important. Don't just send me a DM. That's cool to send me a DM, but reach out to BAP as well. You want to cover yourself as possible. You want to cover as much, yourself as much as possible when it comes down to making sure that you get wins set for you and things like that. So I just wanted to add that real quick before I keep going on with the recap. And not only just BAP, the other commissioners, you got Pearl, you got Relly, you can reach out to a few guys. You don't only got to reach out to me. Remember, when you're reaching out to other guys, it's not for them to set the forces to make sure that, you let them know to pass the message. But, at the same time, they can definitely set the force as well as long as you got proof of saying, what's what. So just keep in mind, don't just reach out to one commission. Send a message to a few, and preferably BAP because, like I said, he's the one that be hands-on. But I don't have no problem with you hitting me up. But just like I said, also remember to reach out to BAP. And I got to do a better job myself remembering to reach out to BAP myself when you guys do send me a message, But we'll get better on that. We'll tighten up on that, like today. So back to the recap. We had Bengals and the Bisons. Bengals won this one 27. Bengals won this one 27-17. 10-point win over the Bengals. Bengals, he's been playing good all season. I mean, he got 2 losses though, but he's still sitting pretty. But he's just not as hot as he once was. But he's still balling. Bengals are still in good position to do some things, and Bisons came up short. They're like a pretty competitive matchup. Just couldn't get it done. Then we had Niners over the Jags. Man, this game was close all the way to the fourth quarter. And then we just threw a crazy pick. You know what I mean? And then that was it. We just after that, it was just like everything just unraveled after that. But man, like playing with some of these teams, you can clearly see the difference. Like as far as the different players and stuff, man. Because on this Jags team, man, hey, guys drop a lot of balls on this team, man. And I know a lot of people say that they drop balls, period. But I'm experiencing way more drops in this league than I am in the other league, and it's been crucial drops. But it's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? You don't complain about it. It's part of the game. Just like the injuries, part of the game. It gives nobody an advantage. Everybody dropping passes, but I know for a fact I've been dropping passes since week 1. Saints and Vikings. Saints won this one 21-10. Saints is on a 7-game win streak right now. On the low. Not loud with it. Just getting it done. He's getting it done. And week to week, he don't care how he win. He don't care if he wins 6-3, 3-0, 30 points, 10 points. He's just getting it win. Hey, Kari, come on, take that out. Take that in there. Yeah, he don't care how he getting it done. He just getting it done. This was a fair sim. This was a force, but I don't know. This is one of them games that, like I said, there shouldn't have been no force for the Ravens because, and this is what I'm saying, like, I didn't even, like, that's why I say it's important to also DM the other commissioners, because there shouldn't have been no force for the Ravens. Browns didn't reach out intentionally based on something that I told him, from the first time that they had matched up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure he didn't look to play this game intentionally, but, I lost track of time I didn't even know, that they even played this week, so, just keep that in mind also, like for you guys that know, if I told you something against a certain opponent and it's time for you to play that opponent, then, just reach out and say, yo, look, but I'm not going to lie to you. The thing about it is that this game should have been played, because after the first time they supposed to matched up, after looking at all the evidence, the Browns, he was reaching out real late. I mean, it was more than what I knew. So I meant to tell the Browns he don't even get no force. They had to play it, but I didn't even reach out to him to tell him that. So, this one is on me though. This one is on me. So, I'll take care of you, Browns. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Because, this was on me, the mix up. You know what I'm saying? This mix up is definitely on me. Force went to the Titans over the Bucks. Falcons got the win over the Cards. It's been a long season for the Cards, but like I say, the more you play, the better you're going to get. Even if you get blown out every game this season, by next season, it tightens up, even if you're still losing, but the gap between your loss margin tightens up. So just stay with it. Don't get discouraged. You got an off season coming up. I'm sure the Cardinals got quite a few draft picks. I'm pretty sure they got quite a few dollars. Hurry. Hey. Stop. I'm pretty sure they got a couple of dollars to spend. So they'll be fine. They just got to stay with it and just see who they want to bring back and see who they don't want to bring back next season. Oakland and Lions. Listen, BJ been playing some good ball with these Oakland Black Knights. I can't even front. As far as I know, every time I look up, it seems like he's getting a nice little win here and there. It's a nice win over Lions. And then we all know Trey Dog is no slouch. So BJ got a nice win in this one, a very nice win. So he could build on this and see what happens moving forward. But the Lions been up and down so far this season. They'll get a big win, a couple of big wins, and they get a couple of crucial losses. So they haven't been consistent, but Trey Dog is one of them guys that, he'll pull it together, eventually. You know, I believe I used to call him Mr. Consistency or whatever. I believe I used to call him that because Trey Dog was always one of them guys that you looked around. He was always in the playoffs, always getting big wins, But so far, he's been inconsistent. Need I say? Giants and Cowboys. Giants won this one 46-17. The funny thing is earlier, right, when I looked in the chat to see what was going on, I seen that I believe Murph said to Bap he's convinced that he knows something. And I laughed, right? But then I had to think about it and I was like, you know what? Murph, I'm with you. I agree. I think Bap do know something that we don't know. And the funny thing is, we all commissioned this, so if he do know something, he definitely didn't tell me. And it's crazy because every time you look up, it seems like Bap, every other week, it seems like Bap is posting a picture of one of his players got an upgrade, So I'm convinced, too, that he knows something. But whatever he know, he definitely ain't sharing. That's for sure, because this guy's get more breakout games than anybody in the league, it feel like, unless other people just not posting it. But it seems like every week, Bap got a guy that he's posting, that got a upgrade breakout game or something, man. But it's a lot of things that guys know about the game that I don't know. And I'll be the first to say it, and I know it. I just don't complain about it. I just don't say nothing, because it ain't that deep. But I know there's a lot of stuff that people know that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, it's a free league. You know what I'm saying? So, but, yeah, I think Bap definitely knows something about these upgrades because every week he got a receiver, a defensive player, somebody he putting up, And I don't know, man. Like, I seen him do that twice more than anybody else. So, I'm with you, Murph. I think Bap knows something, But Giants are rolling. They're on an 8-game win streak. They haven't lost since they lost. I believe they lost to the 49ers early in the season. They haven't lost in a while. If you the Cowboys, you don't want to take losses like this to your division opponent, right? Because, like I say, divisional matchups sets the tone. Think about it. Just think about this for a second. You can lose to everybody that you play on your schedule. But if you sweep your division, you win the division. Let me say that again. You can lose every game on your schedule to everybody you play. But if you sweep your division, you win the division and you're in the playoffs. So that just goes to show you how important division games are, where you could lose to everybody else in every other division that's in every other division that you play. But if you sweep your division, you win your division. That's crazy, right? It's true, but it's something that you probably never even thought about. And I'm sure a lot of y'all probably know that, but it's something it's one of the things that you don't think about. But when you hear it, you be like, oh, wow, you know what? He right. Like, you can lose to everybody in the AFC. If you're in the NFC, you can lose to everybody in the NFC West or whatever. Doesn't matter. If you sweep your division, you win the playoffs and you win the division. So division games are important. And it's not just important about winning, right? Yeah, the goal is to win, but when you're getting blown out, this is the second time the Cowboys played the Giants this year and got 2 blowouts. So that's not a good message, and that's not a good feeling moving forward because now it gives you that feeling of you playing for second place. When week 1 come next year, you feel like you playing for second place. That's not a good position to be in. Cowboys gonna have to make some changes over there, and I ain't talking about personnel. I'm talking about scheme-wise, and I ain't even talking about whomever else he might have played and lost to. I'm saying strictly for the Giants, because when you look in that division, you got the Giants and you got the Eagles, and oh yeah, you got Washington over there and a guy named Killer Kev, who definitely knows how to play. Don't judge him on this season. Watch Killer Kev next season after the offseason. So the Cowboys, that's why sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for, right? Because sometimes you get caught up in asking for these teams, and then you find yourself in the division where you mess around and look up and you come in last place, you know? So Cowboys got some serious thinking to do over there, and the Cowboys are my first team on temperature check. They gotta check that whole team's and front office temperature, because this type of loss is not just a loss. This is a sweep, this is a blowout, and this sends signals moving forward. This is one of the positions, if I'm the Cowboys, I would not want to be in. So, Cowboys, figure it out. And I ain't talking about on the field. I'm talking about before you get on the field. Whatever you cooking up in that locker room, you got to cook something different up, because you're in the division with some heat over there. DK going to be a problem with them Eagles. And I'm telling you, Killer Kev, after this offseason, you know, he's going to be better with Washington. And we already know Washington got a solid defense already. So when he add to that offense, Washington is going to be a problem. So Cowboys are in an uncomfortable position right now. And it's funny because it's the Cowboys and you think about the type of team that they have, but Cowboys got to get that temperature checked. You know, what y'all going to do moving forward? So think about that. Figure it out. You know, call the front office to the front table and figure out what you're going to do moving forward. Because right about now, it is not good over there in that Cowboys organization. Next, we had the Seahawks got the force over the Commanders. Jets get a blowout win over the Raiders. Jets win 42-10. It's been a slow season for the Jets, but, you know, I tell you, a lot of times it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So you could catch hot at the right time, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? But this is a good win. But the Raiders, you know, I don't think he really expecting to do too much other than just build on what he has over there as far as who he like on that team, you know. But, you know, he definitely got to figure it out. He got to get a quarterback over there. He got to get some weapons. So, you know, but we'll see what happens. When you play with a team like the Raiders, man, you got to put your real GM hat on and figure out what you're going to do, you know, and who you're going to bring back and who you're going to build on. That's already there. Bills and Broncos. Bills won this one 48-14. Broncos, another team on my checking your temperature. Broncos got some issues over there. Broncos on a 3-game losing streak. But the bigger problem for the Broncos is, what are they going to do with Russell Wilson, right? Because Broncos are struggling tremendously right now, and they got Russ getting a whole lot of paper over there. So if the Broncos struggling and they can't really get rid of Russ, what do? Do you just draft a quarterback and just play with him next season? Well, that depends where the Broncos finish, right? Because let's say the Broncos get the 15th pick in the first round. I highly doubt that type of QB is going to be available for them to pick on the board. So what is the Broncos going to do? The Broncos is kind of in a position right now, sort of like how the Broncos are in real life. You know, they got Russ. Russ ain't getting the job done, but he's getting paid stupid money. So you can't even really cut him. You can't trade him. Nobody's going to trade for Russ. You know, so the Broncos is one of them teams that's also, like I say, like they got some figure. They got to put their GM hat on. They got to bring their front office to the table and figure out what are they going to do. Are they going to have to abandon their normal play style and play a whole nother way because they have Russ? What are the Broncos going to do after this season? Because right now, it looks like the Broncos probably might not make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, and if that's the case, then it's bigger than not making the playoffs. It's what do we do about Russ, right? That's the issue. What do we do about Russ? Do you just draft the best QB that you see available and just say, yo, we just going to sit Russ and we insist on playing this new rookie QB that we brought in? Questions. A lot of questions, minimal answers right now, but we'll see what the Broncos do moving forward after this season. But Buffalo is rolling. They've been rolling. They still rolling. They just came in, do what they've been doing all year. They've been consistent. They've been dominating, and nothing has changed other than the hiccup that they had against the Giants a few weeks ago. So Bills, they doing what they've been doing. Week 11, we got Ravens and Bengals. Listen, Ravens isn't like I said. Ravens is another team that's in that position to where is that the worst feeling to be in is feeling like you playing for second every year, right? So, and I honestly I don't even want to say playing for second because he got what's his name is in that division. The Steelers, Dwayne, and to be honest with you, Dwayne is having a pretty solid season with them Steelers, and then you got the Browns. The Browns is I can't even think who the Browns is right now. The Browns is Huff. Yeah, the Browns is Huff. The Browns is Huff. So, and like I say, one thing I'll say about guys like Huff and Dwayne is that you'll look at them, right, and you'll see their record and you'll see they have like 3 wins for the whole year, and you would assume that these guys is trash. But then when you play against them, right, you realize like, oh, these guys is better than what their record is. But what they do is they constantly make the wrong decisions and too many turnovers. So so with that said, all they gotta do is tighten up on their mistakes, and they're gonna be in a lot of these games. So I'm not gonna quick to say the Ravens is playing for second because I believe the Browns and Steelers are gonna get better week to week. But what I'm saying about the Ravens is they have the best team in this division. So you got to send a message to this Bengals team. And the message is not always about winning, right? Sometimes you can have a bad win, and sometimes you can have a good loss. In this case, the Ravens got to have either a win or a bad loss. They cannot get blown out. That's the one thing they cannot do. They cannot get blown out. The first time they played, Ravens scored some points against the Bengals. Just gave up a ton of points, right? So we'll see how it happens this time. This game matters for the Ravens more than the Bengals, right? Because I'm going to tell you now, the Bengals going to come into this game with a ton of confidence, feeling like, yo, we got this. It's just a matter of what we feel like doing this game. Notice how the Bengals coming in. The Ravens got to come into this game feeling like, all right, we got to compete. Even if we don't win, we got to compete, right? Because sometimes you can win a game and it don't mean nothing, right? You could be a good player, and let's just say you win the game off a fumble off a kickoff return. You picked it up and you ran it in and you won. All right, you won the game, but it's not really nothing to really, it's not really nothing to carry over into the next game like that, the next time y'all play, right? But even if you lose and you lose by a field goal, that opponent going to know, like, yo, we won the last time we played, but man, that was a battle, right? You got to send messages like that even if you lost. So if you the Ravens, you got to send a message to this Bengals team. You got to show up. You cannot get blown out in this one. You cannot give up 50-plus points. You cannot do that. Now, the Bengals been rolling. They've been consistent. I'm going with the Bengals, but I'm interested to see how this Ravens team show up at home. Give me the Bengals this week, 41, Ravens 30. 41-30, Bengals over the Ravens. Next, we got Cowboys and Panthers. Cowboys must have got real frustrated from the loss he took last week, came back this week, and punished the Panthers 30-3. 27-point win for the Cowboys. Good bounce back win for the Cowboys. They was on the road. They got it done. And good win. That's how you get back in the win column. Browns and Steelers. Browns won 31-21 over the Steelers. Like I said, Steelers been playing pretty solid all season. So, they scored 21 points, just gave up 31. So division win for the Browns. Next, we got Bears and Lions. Lions need this game, right? If the Lions is going to get back on the right track, they've been inconsistent, they've been up and down, they got to win this game. Bears been struggling tremendously. He got to win. And because I know he got to win, I'm going to take them to win this game. I'll take Lions this week, 35, Bears 20. Next, we got Packers and the Oakland Black Knights. Well, I believe that's the Chargers, right? He just moved on to another city. Packers is still in that division race also with the Lions. So big game for him. Chargers is in that division over there with the Chiefs. So Chiefs only got one loss on the year. So Black Knights definitely, I'm calling them the Chargers. Black Knights definitely trying to stay in that race over there. So he got to win this game, but it's not going to be easy. But I can't lie, Black Knights been playing some good ball this year. Even though they're on the road, I'm going with Black Knights over the Packers. But it's going to be a close game, and the Black Knights going to have to come and play good ball because the Packers is no slouch by any means. Give me Black Knights this week over the Packers, 28-24. Next, we had Arizona over Brooklyn. Good win for Arizona. They win 38-14. Like I said, Arizona, just keep playing, right? Don't get caught up with what your record is. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up of, you've been losing a lot of games. Just play. Just play week to week. Whatever guys you see over there with potential, just build on that. Come the off season, that's when you go hard and bring in what you need, but other than that, man, just keep playing, week to week, So good win for this Arizona team. They get a win over Brooklyn, a blowout win too. Myself against the Titans. Look, the Colts still has that door open for that division. But the Jags, man, it's been a crazy season for us, man. But I tell you one thing though, if we lose any more games, you could wrap it up unless the Colts just really just fall into that rabbit hole, But we got to win this game, We must win this game. Um, I'm gonna say Jags favorite in this one by 4, by 3. Forget that. They ain't do nothing to be favored by 4. I'm gonna say Jags favored by 3. Y'all know for all y'all know in real life and real football, when it comes to like spreads and stuff, the home team always get 3 points. That's all that is. In case y'all didn't know, the home team always get 3 points when it comes to spreads. So Jags will get the 3 because they're at home. If the Titans was at home, I'd get the Titans a 3 because the Jags ain't been doing nothing. It's been a lot of inconsistency, a lot of drops, a lot of everything that can go wrong just been going wrong for this Jags team. But also, I've also been trying not to play the same over here, right? Because let's be honest, we got streams up, right? So I try to play different with this team than I do with my other team. I try to call different stuff that I don't call over there. I try to pretty much call over here, and it's tough because you're not accustomed to running it. So, but, listen, man, I'm not afraid to take chances and try something different just to throw my opponents off, because if you got a guy that'll come and watch your stream in this league, that has nothing to do with the other league. So, me, I try to do things a little different. I try to throw different curveballs out there, you know what I mean? But between that and all the drops that's been going on with this team, they've been playing like a real old Jags team that just don't get the job done. It's been a long season for us, but we still got that fight left in us, so we'll see what happens. Raiders and Dolphins, this game is currently underway. I'm gonna go with Dolphins in this one. Raiders, they come off a blowout win last week. I'm taking Miami to win this week. Blowout there. Raiders got blown out last week. I normally pick the team that come back and play better the following week, which he probably will, but I just got Miami to win this. I got Miami over the Raiders. I'm gonna go 44-29. Giants in Washington. Giants won this one 35-14. Like I said, Giants on an 8-game win streak. They one of the hottest teams in the league. Them, the Chiefs, the Saints, those like the teams that just haven't lost in a while, So Giants been rolling. But as far as Washington, like I said, don't judge Washington on this year. Wait till after the season. Washington is a better player than what you're seeing this season. So we're gonna look out for Washington, but they took one on the chin this week against their division. Stop. Bucks and Niners. This is set for the Niners. well, this force is already set, so I'm guessing he already told the Niners to take the win. But for you guys that's not in wit and unfamiliar how I'm doing things, we have this thing that we try to eliminate tanking, right? And the thing about it is that we try to get guys to play as many games as possible, right? Because that's what the purpose of the league is, to play the games. Now, with that being said, we have this thing that's called a 13 game minimum, and what that means is that how after the season they be downgrading guys for no reason. That's one thing about Madden that I never understood. I mean, you can have a great season with a player and he'll still get downgraded. Doesn't make sense at all. So with that being said, to cut out the tanking, we said you got to play a minimum of 13 games in order to get that player turned back up. If you did not play 13 games, and I don't care who got turned down, he will not get turned back up. Keep that in mind. We bring people in these leagues to play. You know what I mean? Not just throwing the towel because things are good. And like I say, what I don't be understanding about guys that's tanking, and I'm not saying that that's the case right now with the Bucks. I'm only speaking on that because I'm saying it's a force already set, and the advance is not until tomorrow. So I'm assuming that he already told the Niners you'll win. But I'm just saying, what I don't understand about guys tanking is that y'all get caught up in saying, well, we're not going to make the playoffs, so our record is bad. But what you take your eyes off the prize with is that you still got guys on your team to build up. So if you got guys on the team to build up, why wouldn't you play the games? Yeah, I kind of figured that, and we just advanced yesterday. So but that's what I'm speaking on. What I'm speaking on now. If you don't have a minimum of 13 games, you will not get any players turned back up that got turned back down. I mean, if you're in the league, you're in the league to play, not just worry about like I said, everybody can't make the playoffs, right? But if you don't make the playoffs, all right, cool. But build on what you have. Like everybody has at least one player on their team that's young or whatever that has potential that you like. Build them up. You understand? Don't give the games away. Build them up. You know what I mean? Build them up. So I think a lot of guys miss that detail right there. But enough of that. Let's get into the next one. Jets and Bills. Bills they've been rolling all year. They've been the train nonstop. I got Buffalo to win at home. Jets been, they've been struggling. You know what I mean? Jets been struggling, so I'm gonna go with Buffalo on this one, but the Jets do have the personnel to keep up with this Buffalo offense, so let's see how this shake out. I'm gonna go Buffalo, and for the Jets, right, this is a good measuring game. So even though the Jets right now look like they're not going to make the playoffs, this game should mean a lot to them. And why this game should mean a lot to them? Because once again, like I said, division games, right? Division games are the most important games. It doesn't matter who you lose to outside your division. If you sweep your division, you win your division, right? And again, you want to send a message to your division opponents. So even if the Bills win this game, let's say the Bills win this game 35-31, he now knows the Jets ain't no slouch, and he know the next time they play, he got to come with it. So that's why I say division games against certain opponents at certain part to the season, that's then you realize, like, all right. So this game don't mean much to Buffalo other than him playing for a number one seed and stuff like that, but he's still playing for the division because as far as Dolphins, right? Dolphins is still in that division, so he definitely playing for a division still, so he can't, this game means something as far as he got to get the win, but the Jets got to come and make a statement. I'm going to take Buffalo to win this, but I'm interested to see how the Jets show up. Give me Buffalo this week over the Jets. I'm gonna say Buffalo been scoring a lot of points every week, man. I can't front. Give me Buffalo 44, Jets 28. You might be right. You might be right, really. I think you are right when you said that. But it's something. It's something to what I'm saying. I'm just not saying it right. But I forgot. I'm not saying it right. But hey, come on. So, but yeah. Let's get to the next one. Seahawks and Rams. Seahawks won this one 31-14 over the Rams. The Rams, another one of them teams. Gotta see who they like. Gotta see who they like. Gotta see who they're gonna bring back, who they're gonna get rid of. Right? So Rams, one of them teams also, like, can't wait for the offseason to get here to see what they can add, to that team or whatever, the moves they're gonna make. Seahawks they've been playing good ball all year. They got about, I think, 2 losses on the year, maybe 3, but I think he got 2 losses. They've been playing good ball. It's a 2-man race going over there between them and the 49ers. So it's week to week right now, right? Week to week. Don't worry about who you play 3 weeks ahead. Week to week. So good win for Seahawks. It was a division win at that. They took care of business on the road, and I believe they swept the Rams for the season. Vikings and Broncos. Vikings got a big win over Denver, 24-23. The Vikings also still in that division race with the Lions. So this is a much needed win. Like I said, the Broncos, they definitely on that they on that segment of checking their temperature, because the Broncos got some figuring out to do over there, right? A team like Denver, they got talent over there. They got a good defense, and they got some guys over there in offense. But the quarterback, Russell Wilson, is a struggle, right? Russell Wilson getting paid a lot of money. So if you're not doing good with Denver, you kind of still stuck with Russ unless you just bench him after the season, because you ain't benching him this season. You're going to play with him. So, like I said, the Broncos got some figuring out to do over there. What are they going to do about Russell Wilson? Because they can find themselves in the same position next season as they are in now. So they got to figure some things out. They got to figure some things out. And we'll be watching to see how things go over there in Denver. But it's not going good over there in Denver right now at all. At all. Denver is definitely over there. The fans is definitely telling Russ to break up with Sierra. They say Sierra is dragging Russ down. So big problems going over there in Colorado. Eagles and Chiefs. Game of the week to me, right? Eagles going against the Chiefs, who got 1 loss on the year. Eagles haven't lost since, I believe, the Chiefs haven't lost since week 1. They lost to the Lions, and I don't believe they lost yet. I believe they got the longest win streak going on right now in the league. So this will be a good test for this Eagles team. Eagles started off hot, but they kind of cooled off. They got about 3 losses on the year. So I think they're in a position where they lost like their last 3 out of 5 games or something like that. You know what I mean? So you got to get back. You got to get back. Listen, when you beat certain teams, it'll get you back. It'll get your swag all the way back. If the Eagles could win this game, trust me, I think he pulls off like a 5-6 game win streak if he win this game against the Chiefs. Right? Because he's going into Kansas City. He know Kansas City's balling. He know they're on the win streak. So if he could win this game, I think this game will take him to another level right now. So this is a very, very big game for the Eagles. This is a big game for the Chiefs as far as being able to deal with this Eagles team. And we know DK ain't no slouch. So this would be pretty interesting to see how this one shake out. I'm gonna take the Eagles to pull off the upset and snap this Kansas City win streak. Right? Y'all know what I say about streaks. All streaks come to an end. If you're on a losing streak, you gotta win one eventually. And if you're on a winning streak, you gotta lose one eventually. Now, would I be surprised if the Chiefs win? Of course not. The Chiefs. Most people probably would pick the Chiefs to win this game if you was doing like betting or whatever. But I just know certain guys, they rise up when they play against certain people, and I think DK knows. Yes, 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 yes. Wait, wait, wait. And I think DK knows. I think DK knows that this would be a good game for him to get on track with. So yeah, I'm taking the Eagles in an upset this week. Yeah, try to go crazy, Claude. You go crazy, you gonna mess around and find yourself really in the bad win-loss column. Hey, quiet. You're really gonna find yourself in the loss column trying to go crazy. Just play your game. What? What car? Go get it. Where? Wait a second. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles this week over the Chiefs in my upset of the week. And I got Eagles, I'm going to say final score. I'm going to say 27 and Kansas City 24. 3-point win. Eagles walk-off field goal to win the game. 27-24 over the Chiefs. Advances tomorrow, so knock out these games. And remember, just a reminder, man, if you don't have 13 games played at the end of the season and one of your players get downloaded, you will not get any of them players turned back up. So just keep that in mind. Don't come saying nothing about you didn't know. Tell a friend. Tell who you need to tell. Pass the message along. But at the end of the day, you got to have 13 games played. We don't want people in here tanking. That's not for that. You know what I'm saying? Play your games, knock the games out, and that's it. I see y'all on the next 5th. I'm out.